Recording. Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday morning yoga on a cold January 13th. So we're going to start with um, working our rib cage. This time we're going to do it this week. We're going to do it from a sitting position. And then because it is a little chilly in all the places that we are, we're going to also finish with some Kapalabhati or skull shining breath to heat our bodies up before we do our work. Please make sure that you have blocks and straps handy. Let me grab my blocks really quickly. Okay. And then we'll begin. All right. Yay. Okay, so make sure that you are in a comfortable seated position. Let your shoulders relax. Get them kind of moving. Get your head and your neck moving a little bit. Open through the jaw, making sure that you're not holding any tension. And when you're ready, allow your palms to come up, face up. Let your eyes gently close. And let's begin. So just take a few cycles of breath where you're connecting into your body. Feel the movement that your body gives you as you inhale. As you exhale, we're not trying to shift our breath at all. At this point, this is just coming into the sensation of how our body moves as we breathe, what parts of our body move as we breathe, and also giving time to our body to give us whatever feedback it needs to make sure that we are truly settled, relaxed, and centered. And when you feel centered, when you feel that everything is in its right place, we're going to first move into a little bit of breathing into our rib cage. So rather than focusing on deep diaphragmatic breath just yet, what I want you to do is let both hands on your fingertips lightly rest on your sternum. And for 4 cycles of breath, all I want you to do is feel the breath and move the breath into the front of the rib cage so that you can feel the rib cage move out and up. So this is 4 cycles of breath with your length of breath. So when you're ready, slowly, steady inhale through the nose. And just feel the connection to the front of the rib cage as you inhale and exhale. So again, as you begin to inhale, feel that connection with the rib cage. Notice how it moves out and away from you, and also begin to notice how it moves a little bit up towards the collarbone. And at the end of your 4th cycle of breath, gently shift your hands so that now you can place them around your rib cage side to side. And again, with your eyes closed, feel your rib cage expand and open to the left and to the right. And as you exhale, feel that relaxation. And again, feel the rib cage expand to the left and the right. Noticing the relaxation. And at the end of that fourth cycle of breath, if possible, go ahead and bring your hands to your back. And this time, as you breathe, I want you to breathe into your hands that are resting on the rib cage in your back. So slow, gentle inhale. Feel the rib cage push into your hands as it moves away from you from the back. On the exhale, feel it relax. And again, deep inhale, feel it expand away. Feel it relax. On the inhale, feel it expand away. And relax. And then one last time, feel it expand away. And relax. Let your hands come down by your side, and I want you to take a moment and connect with your brain and reflect on which direction felt restricted. So we have parts of our rib cage that it's easy for us to breathe into, and other parts where we may not feel as much movement. So in this next 4 cycles of breath, I want you to place your hands wherever you felt restriction. And this time, we're going to breathe in all 3 directions at once. We're going to breathe to the front, to the back, and side to side. So I want us to feel that rib cage open in all 3 directions. So what we're doing is we're practicing exercising the intercostal muscles that live in between the ribs. With every inhale, these contract slightly, and then with each exhale, they relax and expand. So just like every other muscle we have, the intercostal muscles do the same thing. So the bigger inhale that we can take, the more that we can feel the contraction. So wherever you found that you had a little bit of restriction, go ahead and let your hands place there. And again, 4 cycles of breath, really focusing on opening in all 3 directions in the rib cage. And take a moment to notice as you're breathing how that feels. To use all the parts of your lungs. And be conscious of all the parts of your rib cage as you breathe. Okay, once you've completed your 4 sets, what I want you to do now is place one hand on the low belly. We're going to take what we just practiced with the rib cage, and now we're going to use this to really extend our diaphragmatic breath. So that as you inhale, I want you to begin at the low belly, so fill that low belly, and then feel the breath rise up and also extend in all 3 directions to the rib cage. As you exhale, release the rib cage first, and then move all the way down to that low belly. And at the end, the breath gently draw in and up. So again, now we're going to increase our movement of our diaphragm. So begin with that low belly. Really feel that low belly engage, feel it move out and away, which is helping pull down the diaphragm so that then you can feel that breath rise up and feel the extension through the rib cage in all 3 directions. Release that through the rib cage first. Feel the breath go all the way down to the low belly, gently drawing in and up. And we'll do this 2 more times. And as you're here, take a moment with this last cycle of breath to really notice if by focusing on both the low belly and the rib cage, you can take a longer, slower, deeper inhale and exhale. So one more time. And then gently release that. Allow your breath to get soft for a moment, coming back into neutral. Notice that because we've practiced, it's a little bit easier to move the breath from the belly up and then back down. And now from here, we're going to go ahead and generate a little heat. We're going to do Kapalabhati, or breath of fire, or spell shining pose, excuse me. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the exhale. So this is going to really use the diaphragm and the abdominal muscles, which is great for where we're going to go next, so or later in the class. So what it is it's you're going to take an inhale and then it's a push through the diaphragm. So you're focusing completely on the exhale. You can either breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, or you can do in through the nose, out through the nose. It's completely up to you. Because we're focusing on the exhale, if you're breathing out through the mouth, you're going to make a small sound. Okay, but notice that as I do this, I'm really working my abdominal muscles, and it's a short, sharp pull down with the diaphragm. Okay. All right. And if you need to, grab a Kleenex. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. And let's begin. Last one. Beautiful, you guys. Roll the shoulders around. Okay. Beginning with the strap. Grab your strap. Again, as always, we have the option. You can hold it simply, just strap over the thumbs, fingers around the strap, or if you want to do a little bit of resistance, you're going to bring your fingers down, behind, and through. So that way you wrap your hand around the strap. Please make sure that the strap is slightly wider than shoulder width. Good, beautiful. All right, here we go. So when we're ready, before we begin to make any movement at all, I want you to take those inner edges of the shoulder blades with your arms in a W, and I want you just very gently to squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades together. Just wake them up a little bit. Let them relax. Now what I want you to do is feel the shoulder blades separate, and I want you to pull through the upper muscles in the arms, and gently feel the shoulders draw together to the front. Really squeeze. Let that relax. And now, from here, very gentle squeeze into the inner edges of the shoulder blades and lengthen up. Beautiful. I guess I'm going to have to stand back. So go ahead and you keep staying up. I'm just scooting back so that you can actually see the tops of my hands. Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right. So from here, put a gentle bend in the elbows so that you can feel the squeeze through the inner edges. The strap is still just a little bit above your head. Slow, steady inhale right here, and let's begin by gently, slowly, lateral roll over to the right. And remember, we're only going as far as feels good. We're letting this be the space of invitation. Breathe. And then gently, slowly inhale up. Slow, steady inhale, and then when you're ready, exhale, gently, slowly lateral roll over to the left. Breathe. I really like that Charlie is helping. Notice that there's a difference on this left side versus the right side. And gently inhale up. Lengthen the arms back up. Let them come down. Roll those shoulders. Okay. Take a moment again, just as we did before, and I want you to feel this top part of the arms drawing together. So you're rolling the shoulder blades around the lateral side of the ribcage. You're bringing them forward and gently squeezing through the arms to bring them together. So you're not pushing from behind, you are pulling through the front, and then let it relax. Roll it out. Again, take your strap. Okay. Before we move, take a moment, squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades. If you notice that you have one side that tends to not respond quite as well, place a little bit more focus on that side. And then when you're ready, inhale up. This time, what I want you to do is you're going to actually allow the shoulders to lift up towards the ears and gently allow the arms to open and stretch a little bit. Once you have the arms open and stretched, see if you can take the lower edges of the shoulder blades and begin to drop them down. That will create space between the shoulders and the ears. Breathe. Beautiful, you guys. If possible, try extending the arms, lengthening. So full extension, straightening the arms. Beautiful. Notice how this feels for your body. If it feels safe, I want you to very gently, very slowly, little lateral roll over to the right. Beautiful. Good. Just opening a little bit more into the front of the body. Inhale, gently bringing yourself up. Little lateral roll over to the left. Gently bringing yourself up. Take a moment to notice how that feels. And then one more time. Now we're going to gently do this into a twist. If this is too much for your body, please bring yourself out. Slow, gentle lateral roll over to the right. If your body says yes, you're going to take this right hand. Draw it gently in front of you so that the left arm comes back and you're moving into a gentle twist so that you're gazing over to the left. Breathe. Undo the twist. Inhale up. Lengthen over to the right, or excuse me, to the left. This time, left arm is going to come forward, right arm is going to come back. Gaze is going to be over to the right. Notice that there's a difference between the sides. Breathe. And then gently, slowly release. Bring the strap back forward. Wow, you guys, that was a big one. Roll the shoulders. And let's take a moment to come into our neck. So begin by bringing this left ear down towards the left shoulder, very gently. Notice how that feels. Take a moment, let your left hand come on top of the head so that your fingertips are pointing towards the right ear. If your body needs this, we're going to do just a little bit of a resistive movement and gently press your head into your hands. So there's no movement. We're just activating some of the neck muscles that can tend to be a little tight. Also, always make sure that as you're doing this, this is in a place that feels inviting. You're not wrenching anything. It's just a gentle opening. Release that and allow the head to come up. Roll the shoulders a little bit. Now let your right ear come down towards that right shoulder. Take a moment to notice, feel the opening. When you're ready, go ahead and bring the hand over the head. Right fingers are pointing towards the left ear now. If your body says yes, gently press the head into your hand. Working these left muscles in your neck, just gently waking them up. And then gently, slowly release. Okay. Bring the shoulders up, bring them down. All right, how are we doing? Are we feeling nice and loose right now? Yes? Okay. We're going to do Heron. We haven't done Heron in a while. So we're still going to use your strap. You're going to make sure that you are well and truly comfortable on whatever cushion or blankets you're sitting on. We're going to start with our left leg. So the right leg is just going to stay bent. And what I want you to do is place the ball of the strap around, or excuse me, place the strap around the ball of the left foot. Oh, I'm a little confused in my language today. Okay, please extend the leg. Now, remember, y'all, that it doesn't matter how high. What I'm looking for, and I'm going to turn myself to the side so that you can see, is how long can your back be, okay? So here I am, I'm bringing my leg up, and I still have lots of length to my back. If I try extending my leg up, notice how my back starts to roll. I don't want the back rolling. It's far more important to me that you have length through the back, okay? All right, now, typically when we do Heron, we always have one hand down. This time what I want you to do is go ahead, wrap both hands around the strap. And now what I want you to do is close your eyes. And you're going to use your diaphragmatic breath with your eyes closed. And I want you to connect with your breath and feel the sensations in your body. Notice how it feels to balance without using your eyesight. And when you're ready, still holding on to with both hands to the strap, very gently begin to move your leg out to the left. And you may need to lengthen the strap on your right hand as you move it out. Eyes are still closed. Continue to focus on your breath. Notice if this change in position shifted how your body feels in the posture and what your body is doing to continue to create balance for you. One more cycle of breath right here. And then when you're ready, gently, slowly bring the leg back to the front. If you need to readjust your hands on the strap, please do so. Slow, steady breath with your eyes still closed. What I want you to do, and this may be a much smaller movement, so please pay attention to what your body is telling you. Spine is still long. I want you to gently take your leg over to the right. So your torso is still more or less moving to the front. It's moving a little bit to the right, but the leg is doing more of the work. Again, take a moment to discover how this feels without using your eyes. Where are you within balance? Did you round your spine in order to compensate for not being able to see and not being able to have a hand that touches the ground? So this is just places to observe. There's no judgment. And then gently, slowly, bring the leg back to the front. Open your eyes. Look at where you had your leg. Is your leg still to the front, or was it out to the side or out to the side? Okay. Gently bend into the knee, release the strap. And then let this leg jiggle because we just asked an awful lot of it. It stayed upright for quite a while. Okay. Beautiful, you guys. Things to think about. Did you notice a difference as you move by not using your eyesight? Did you notice different things about your body as it worked to create balance for you since it didn't have your eyes to sight? Okay. One of the things that happens is that as our proprioceptive and sensory proprioceptive systems decline, doesn't have to be that way, but if we don't manage it and don't work with it, we use our sight and we rely on our sight more. Okay. So then if we're in dim light, we are not as stable. Okay. If the sun comes from a different angle, we're not as stable. And it's because we're relying more on our sight and we're not relying as much on our body. Okay. I want us to start going backwards to be a young person and start relying more on our body. That's the difference. Young people rely more on their body, less on their sight. Older people rely more on their sight, less on their bodies. Please place the strap around the ball of the right foot. Okay. When you're ready, gently lengthen the leg. Please remember, I don't care how high the leg is. What I'm looking for is I want you to have a long spine. You guys, it's really important to feel that connection for your nervous system with your spine. When you're ready, I want you to close your eyes. Take a moment to notice if there was any shift between when you had your eyes open and now with your eyes closed. Breathe here. Feel the relaxation. Notice what's happening down in the sits bones. Notice what's happening through the shoulders. Notice what's happening through your spine in your back. Notice if, because you cannot see, if your core is a little bit more engaged to add stability. When you're ready, gently, slowly, both hands still on the strap, open your leg however much you're comfortable to the right. Notice if there is a difference in the sensation of balance on this side versus what you had on the other side. Typically, we have one side where we balance a little bit more easily than we do on the other. Breathe here. Find engagement through your legs, relaxation through your shoulders, even though your arms are actually doing some work right here. Notice if there's a little bit more quiver, a little bit more sway. That's another indicator that's sometimes tested, is how much sway do we have. Personally, I think it's because our body's trying to sense where we are within space. One more cycle of breath right here. And then when you're ready, gently, slowly bring that leg back forward. Take a moment now to connect back in with your leg forward. How does it feel? Slow, steady inhale, slow, steady exhale. And then when you're ready, gently draw that right leg a little bit over to the left. And again, your torso is going to remain fairly stable. You'll be twisting through your lower area because you're moving your leg over to the left. But your shoulders, your head, everything else will still continue to be centered, more or less. Breathe here. Notice how this feels. How are we doing with balance? Notice if your body's making micro movements. Micro movements are great. It's how your body figures out exactly where it is within space. And since you are not gazing outwardly, Your body is needing to do more of the work. When you're ready, gently, slowly, bring your leg back to the center. Open your eyes. Check in. Is the leg centered? Is it a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right? Gently release. Okay. Let that leg come out. Roll and do some work. Okay. Here we go. We're going to set this aside for a moment. And let's come into tabletop. I want you all to have your blocks handy. Please make sure, since we're going to spend a little bit of time on our knees, if you have any kind of frumpiness in those knees, I want lots of padding underneath them so they are nice and comfortable. Okay. All right, you guys, so we're starting in tabletop. Everybody got the cushion underneath their knees, blocks are just ahead so that you can grasp them as you need to. All right, so from here, what I want you to do is take a moment and I want you to find a gentle cow. So as you inhale, I want you to feel the hips lift. And I want you to feel the length and space through the front of the body grow. So really lengthen into the abdominals. So between the top of the pubis all the way up through the sternum. And then as you exhale, you're going to drop through the hips and that stretch that you have through the front of the body. Now, as you contract through the front of the body, I want you to feel that opening into the back. So chin is tucked high up and into the chest. Engage through those shoulders. So rather than just let them hang out, I want you to feel the shoulders slide down a little bit. And then I want you to engage again through the front of the arms. Pull the front towards each other so that you can open into in between the shoulder blades and the thoracic spine even a little bit more, and then gently, slowly release that, coming back to neutral. Take a moment as long as your body says yes. And please make sure that if you're experiencing too much flexion through the palms, that you put a little extra padding underneath the base of the palms to release the angle. When you're ready, I want you to curl your feet underneath your toes, okay? If that is too much, what you're going to do is press the top of the feet into the mat. Okay, so you've got two different options. If curling underneath the toes is too much, you can still do this. You're going to press the tops of the feet into the mat and then lift your knees about 1 inch. You're going to hover right there. Breathe, and you're going to use your core. If you can curl your toes underneath, you're going to lift your knees and hover about 1 inch. So either way, whatever your ankles need you to do, you can do this. You're going to breathe and just pretend like you're having a tremendously good time. Now, no matter where you are, I want you to shift your body weight just for a moment into that left arm, and I want you to lift the right arm up. Exhale, bring that down. Bend into the knees, or excuse me, bring the knees back to the floor. If your toes are curled, they can either stay curled or you can come back onto the tops of the feet. Take a moment from here, opening up through the knees, and gently either bring yourself into puppy pose or take yourself into child's pose, whatever feels best for you. Slow, steady breath. From here, come back up into tabletop. Okay, Again, please remember you can do this from the tops of the feet or you can curl underneath the toes. So all we're doing, no matter where you are, tops of feet or toes curled, lift your knees 1 inch. That's it. That's all we're doing. Breathe. Feel the muscle activation. Feel your core activation. I want you to shift your body weight slightly into that right hand a little bit more. Lift and lengthen into that left arm. Breathe. Exhale, bring it down. Bend into the knees or bring them back down to the mat. And you can either keep your toes curled or come back down to the tops of the feet. If your body needs this, come back either into puppy pose or child's pose. From here, as long as your body says yes, you're going to come down onto your forearms. You can either touch palms or interlace your fingers. Again, it's completely dependent on what your ankles are telling you and your feet. If ankles and feet are really grumpy this morning, all you're going to do is from the forearms, I want you to engage through the shoulders, press down and lift the knees 1 inch. If your body has the ability to do a little bit more with the feet, curl underneath the toes, lift the toes or lift the knees 1 inch. Breathe from this position. Now, we're going to hold this no matter where you are. And what I want you to do is bring and draw your body forward so that your face is coming past your hands. And then exhale, bring it back to your start position. And then we'll do that one more time. Slow, steady inhale. Let everything come past your hands, your face come past your hands. Exhale, come back to the start position. Bring the knees down. From here, release the shoulders and either take puppy pose or extended child's pose, whatever feels best for you. Okay, gently come back. All right, how did that feel for everybody? Was that okay? Yes? All right, awesome. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that whole sequence again, but we're gonna do it with our eyes closed. All right? So if at any time, you guys, you can feel your balance start to go, open your eyes. That will completely stop the wiggle wobble. All right? So only do as much as feels safe. That's why we're making very small movements. All right? One of the other things too is that guess what? Your balance actually improves as you exercise. So as you do movement, your balance can improve. All right? So here we go. So again, starting at tabletop, this is our neutral position. Close your eyes. From here, as long as your body says yes, I want you to very gently, slowly take this into a gentle cow position where hips are lifting and you're feeling that really gentle, yummy opening through the front of the body, and the gaze, if your eyes were open, would be approximately 3 feet in front of you. Beautiful, lovely. Gently, slowly, reverse that. Drop through the hips. Lift into the middle back. Eyes still closed. I want you to squeeze those upper arms together. Feel the shoulder blades slide down slightly. Really activate. Chin is moving up and into the chest. So just notice how all of this feels. Gently, slowly release that. Okay, whatever worked for you the first round with your feet and ankles, take that position again. So with your eyes still closed, Lift your knees off 1 inch. Breathe. Notice how this feels for your body. Gently release. Knees come back. Take a moment here, and I want you to take those inner edges of the shoulder blades and gently draw them together. So you're dropping your chest, you're squeezing the inner edges of those shoulder blades. Eyes are still closed. There might be a slight bend in the elbows, and that's fine. Just really squeeze those shoulder blades and then release. Come back to neutral. Wherever your feet are, whether it's toes curled under or tops of the feet on the mat. Again, when you're ready, slow, steady inhale, lift the knees up 1 inch. From here, I want you to shift your body weight. Your eyes are still closed. And I want you to lift and lengthen into one arm. Breathe. See with your eyes closed if you can hold yourself steady in this posture. Drop the right arm. Exhale. Again, take a moment, puppy or extended child. You are still doing this with your eyes closed. Gently, slowly, come back to tabletop. Again, you're doing this without opening your eyes. If your body says yes, you are finding body position through the palms, through the knees, through the tops of the feet, or through the toes. Set yourself up when you're ready. Squeeze gently through the glutes, lift the knees. Find your balance here. You may need to fidget just a little bit more. When you're ready, if your body says yes, shift your body weight into your right hand. Lengthen into the left arm in front of you. Find your balance, find your breath right here. One more cycle of breath. Open your eyes only if you need to for balance. Gently bring the hand back down. Drop the knees. Again, take a moment. Squeeze the inner edges of the shoulder blades together. If you need to bend through the elbows, just really get that really strong, yummy squeeze or retraction through the shoulders. Let that release. With your eyes still closed, gently come down onto the forearms. Lightly interlace your fingers. So again, we are judging placement through sense in the body. Again, you can do this either from the tops of the feet or with the toes curled under. Wherever you are, gently lift your knees 1 inch. With the eyes still closed, gently draw yourself forward, and without the visual cue, take your face beyond your hands. Exhale. Take yourself back to your starting point. And again, one more time. Inhale. Take yourself without visual cues. Exhale. Starting point. Gently bend back into the knees. Release the hands. Take either puppy pose or extended child's pose. Lots of breath here. Let everything relax. Let everything release. Beautiful. Good. Very nice. When you're ready, with your eyes still closed, so we're still working from the sense that is other than sight, I want you to take the left hand, whether you're in puppy pose or an extended child's pose, you're going to turn that left hand palm up, and I want you to slide it underneath your right armpit. Gently bring yourself into a very gentle twist, coming as high up on that left shoulder as possible, and allow the left side of your head to gently rest on the mat. Breathe. If your body says yes, you can try taking that right arm, releasing it, and bringing it behind you so that it rests across the low back, palm facing up. Notice how this feels to find this balance without your sight, just using your body. Gently, slowly release that right arm. Slide that left arm out. Lengthen the left arm out. When you're ready, turn the right palm up. Slide it underneath the left armpit. Rolling yourself as high as is comfortable onto that right shoulder and allowing the right side of your head to rest on the mat. If your body says yes, with your eyes still closed, gently bring that left arm behind and allow it to rest across the low back. Breathe and soften. And then gently, slowly release the left arm, bringing it out. Unwind the right arm. Come back into child's pose or puppy pose. And then gently, slowly roll yourself up. Whoa. Yay. How we feel, you guys? We doing okay? Good. Eyes are now open. Go team. Yay! We get the sight back. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit more playfully, having fun. All right. So from here, hands on the hips, we're going to start with our left leg, and I want you just to simply step it out. Okay. There we go. Good. Everybody got that? All right. So from here, allow your hips to gently begin to move forward. You're going to make sure that this left knee and ankle remain stacked, right? Slow, steady. I've got it. Sorry, you guys. I know it's chilly. I have to take my socks off. I can't feel well without my socks or with my socks on. So for this next part, I'm going to recommend, even though it's really cold out, you may want to have your socks off so that your feet can feel the mat. If it's too cold, keep the socks on. All right, here we go. Okay, so here we are, low lunge. As long as your body says yes, you're going to go very gently, very slowly, allowing the hip to extend. As it does this, to make sure that you're not overstretching through the front, gentle squeeze into this right glute. Beautiful, you guys. Awesome socks. Lovely. Okay, from here, I want you to take your left arm, bring it on top of your left thigh. Inhale, lengthen that right arm up. And I want you to gently lateral roll over towards the left. Breathe. So far, so good, right? Inhale, bring it back up. Okay, now you have your blocks right in front of you, correct? So make sure that the blocks are in front of you, that you can hold on to them right here. Remember how many different heights we have. So if bending over this far is too much, you've got this height. If that's still too much, you've got this height. So please choose what feels best. All right, so from here, what you're going to do is you can can either press into the back of the foot to lengthen the leg up, or you can curl underneath the toes. Okay? So what you're going to do from here is hands are on the block. I want you to lengthen that back leg up. Breathe. And then gently set it back down. Okay? This time, if possible, curl onto the toes of the feet. You still have your hands on your block. Spread those left toes wide, and I want you to see if you can take a small hop with that right foot. Once you have that small hop with your right foot, recenter through the left leg and lightly lift that right foot. You're going to straighten a little bit into the left leg. Breathe. From here, bend back into the left leg first, and then lightly step back. If your body says yes, and only if your body says yes, you're going to very gently, slowly bring yourself up into high lunge. Hands to the hip. Got it? There we go. Beautiful. Very nice. Good. All right, now we're going to come all the way back down. Y'all ready? Gently. Hands come back down to the block. Bend into the knee. Come back down onto the knee. All right? You guys, if standing this way is too much, I want you to keep the focus on hands on the block, bend into the left knee, and just feel the length through that right leg. Does that make sense? So I really want you working within what your comfort zone is. Remove the hands from the blocks. Step back. Okay. Next side. When you're ready, shift your body weight to the left. Step that right foot forward. Yummy. Again, starting upright. As long as your body says yes, I want you to allow the hips to slide forward and down. There we go, good. Again, if this feels like it's too much opening through the front of the left leg, squeeze into the left glute a little bit. You may not be able to sink in quite as deeply, but you will keep your muscles safe. Again, on the side, right hand comes across the right leg. Inhale, lengthen that left arm up, and gently lateral roll a little bit to the right. Breathe. Gently, slowly release. All right, here we go. As long as your body says yes, bring yourself forward so that hands can come down to the block. First step, hands are on the block, and please know that just because you were at one height on one side, you may need a different height for this side. So you're taking your time and you're making sure that you're taking care of your body. First step is just gently lengthen that left leg. Lift. There you go, beautiful. It can either be on the top of the foot or you can be toes curled under. Gently bend, bring that back down. If your body says yes, and only if your body says yes, curl underneath the toes. Lengthen that leg. And then very gently take a small hop with the left leg forward. There you go, good. It's not a big hop, you guys. I'm not asking us to do a full jump forward. From here, you've got knee bend. Shift the body weight into that right leg. Squeeze into this right glute a little bit. And then straighten the leg so that that left foot lifts off. Breathe. Okay, beautiful. When you're ready, bend back into this right knee. Lightly step, left foot back. If your body says yes, bring yourself up, high lunge, hands come to the hips. Beautiful, lovely, awesome, very nice. From here, forward fold down, gently, hands to the blocks, bend into that left knee, come down, torso up, step the right foot back. Okay. All right, you guys. You ready to try that with your eyes closed? All right, so we're gonna do this again. Please know, only do the parts that feel comfortable. Only close your eyes when it feels comfortable, okay? We ready? Okay, all right, once again, starting with the left leg. Hands to the hips. Step that left leg forward. Beautiful, good. Okay, at whatever point your body says yes, close your eyes. If your body says yes and you're comfortable right here, allow the hips to come forward and down. If you need to, squeeze into that right glute a little bit. From here, if your body says yes, either curling underneath the toes or staying on top of the foot, try lifting and lengthening into that right leg. Woo. Okay. From here, if that was okay, bringing that right knee down. Curl underneath the toes. Oh, sorry, I forgot part. Gently bring the hands forward onto the blocks. When you're ready, curl underneath the toes, lengthen into that right leg. Now, again, whether you have your eyes open or eyes closed, feel your body, feel your feet. Shift your body weight slightly forward and take a small hop with the right foot. Once you're there, breathe, get good and centered, squeeze. Now shift the focus to that left hip. Begin to straighten into that left leg, pressing down through the foot, lift the right. Notice how that feels. If your body says yes, with your eyes open or closed, see if you can release the right hand from the block. Bring the right hand back down. See if you can release the left hand from the block. Notice what your body does as you move through space. Bring the left hand back down. Whether your eyes are open or closed, lightly step back with that right leg. If your body says yes, release your hands from the block. Come up into high lunge. Breathe. Gently, slowly, hands come back down to the block. Whether eyes are open or closed, gently, slowly lengthen that right leg or right knee back down onto the mat. Slowly, gently, hands come back to the hips. When you're ready, slowly, gently, step that left foot back. If your eyes were closed, allow your eyes to open. How did we do, you guys? Was that okay? Yes? Yep. All right. We ready for the second side? Here we go. Hands to the hips. Step the right foot forward. Okay. From here, just like we did before, when you're ready, close your eyes. If you're going to try this with your eyes closed, gently allow the hips to come forward. Breathe. Bring your hands down to the blocks. First part is a test. Gently lengthen into the left leg. Gently bend back into the knee, bring it down. Again, this time, as long as your body says yes, I want you to curl underneath the toes, lift into that left leg, shift your hips slightly higher so that you can take a small hop with that left foot forward. From here, shift your body weight into the right foot, squeezing through that glute. Hands are on the blocks. Eyes are open or closed as you need. When you're ready, after spreading wide through those right toes, shift your body weight slightly forward, straighten into that right leg so that the left leg lifts. Breathe. If your body says yes, release for a moment the left hand. Find your balance. Place the left hand back down. If your body says yes, release your right hand. This is whether eyes are open or eyes are closed. Release, bring that hand back down. From here, eyes open or eyes closed, I want you to take and let the weight sink back so that you step back slightly onto the ball of the left foot. Please remember, if ankles or feet are grumpy, you're going to just continue to practice from the top of the feet. If your body says yes, gently come into high lunge. Breathe here. Gently, slowly release. Hands come back down. Gently bend back into that left knee. Let it touch. Release your hands from the blocks. Hands come back to the hips. Torso is upright. And when you're ready, gently release the right leg back. And open your eyes if they were closed. How did we do, y'all? Yeah? It's okay. Hey, you guys, when was the last time you did something like this, right? This is completely, right? It's completely new. It's completely different. Please, loving kindness to your heart. Please, please, please. All right, believe it or not, we've worked almost the entire time. Holy socks. So here's what I would like us to do. Come back to seated position. Take your cushion or your blankets. Come back in. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to open into the hips a little bit. So we've got lots and lots of options. If you need to, you're going to use your block. So the first option is this. You're going to lengthen into that left leg. If you want to make sure that you are not hyperextending through the knee, you're going to put the block underneath the left knee. Then I want you to take the right leg and bring it across. Oh, yeah. If that's a little tight, you're going to place the other block underneath it so that now you're completely supported, okay? Please remember that if the knee's up a little bit higher, you've always got a higher place to put it, okay? All right, so for here, here's all I want you to do is just very gently breathe, hinge through the hips until you get that really yummy opening sensation into your right hip and right glute. And you're just breathing and letting everything relax. There's no stress through your shoulders at all, you guys. This movement is completely coming from the lower torso, just completely coming from around the pelvis. And all of the fascia and the tendons and the muscle that live in that area. The upper torso is just nice and soft. Gently, slowly release. Bring your torso up. And now we're going to change. So the block that you had underneath your right leg, you're going to go ahead and place it underneath the right, this way, so that you can lengthen into that right leg. You're going to remove the block that was underneath the left. Bring that left leg across. And then place the block underneath the left knee. There you go. Everybody good? Awesome sauce. Please remember, always should feel good. No stress, no torque on our knee joints. From here, gently, slowly hinge forward until you get that yummy sensation. Again, we're just really working everything around the pelvis and the low back. So just breathe. Nice. Beautiful. And yes, we're doing the soft version today because you all worked really hard. You did beautiful work today. So really honor yourselves for doing all this work. Really focus on the breath. Focus on the unwinding. And then gently, slowly release, let it all go. Okay, remove the blocks. One of the things that we didn't do today, which I think is probably the first time that I've forgotten it, is we didn't get to sing. So we're going to sing our way out today. So let your hands come to your heart. Okay, we're going to sing the sound of ah, then we're going to sing the sound of oh, then the sound of and then after that, I want you to just really connect in. Make an intent for what you want for the rest of your day. What do you need? What do you want? What fills you? And then we're going to lay down. So when you're ready, let your eyes close. Slow, steady breath, inhale. When you're ready, gently lie down, taking your final space of relaxation in Savasana. Let your body soften. Let your body find that deep space of unwinding. Because we did so much today, focusing on the proprioception of our body and our somatosensory perception, right? So it's all the other senses other than our vision. Our vision is a somatosensory source as well, but today we ask the other parts to do more. It's really important to let your body integrate this new information that you've given it. You took time to awaken all of your senses. Please give your body this time to integrate. Gently, slowly begin to find your way back, bringing awareness first to the fingers and toes and the movements that they most want to make. Then allowing that awareness to flow through the legs, through the arms, back and through the center of your body and into your breath. Allowing your body to take a full deep inhale and a full deep exhale through the nose. Filling your body with fresh energy, fresh oxygen, fresh life. And as you exhale, releasing whatever no longer serves. Then use that breath to bring your arms up over your head to stretch long, fingertips to toes, thumbs to skin. And draw your knees high into your chest. Give yourself that hug. Take a moment to thank yourself for your practice. When you're ready, gently bring yourself to a seated position. Hands to prayer, thumbs to rest at the heart point on your sternum. It was an honor and a privilege to get to practice with you today. I honor the divine in me that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us. Namaste. And may the blessings be.